Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the 13th Dimension, Episode 3, Season 6. And my guest tonight is a show favorite. Let's see here. Yeah, my guest tonight is a show favorite, good friend of mine, John Griffin II. Hi, John. How you doing tonight?
Not bad. How you been?
Insanely busy.
Mm,
Just got so many things going on. It's ridiculous. But from what I've been hearing, it's been about the same thing for you too, hasn't it?
yeah, it definitely has been.
Yeah. So I know it's been about a year since you'd last been on the show.
I think it might have been the end of last year.
Okay. So I always try to make sure I get you in at least once every season. Um, I think. But you're now doing something that is different from what you had been doing,
Hmm.
and I got to admit, because of my busy schedule lately, I just haven't been able to really follow anything that anybody does.
Hmm.
But I have been noticing your post here and there about the about ParaClue.
Yep.
So I'm very interested in what that's all about.
Oh well, it's a giant project. And yeah, and it's already beginning. We're already beginning the expansion and looking how you know how we're going to continue on over the next year. We just launched the ParaClue project back in October. Um, and the first part of it is that we have a Paraclue vodcast, and I've never personally jumped into or was willing to jump into the vodcast category. Um, the the main focus or the main reason was is that if our decision was is that if we were going to go into doing a vodcast, then it has to be different. Um,
Yeah.
and so that was one of the starting points. That was going to be one of the pieces of content that we were going to offer under the Paraclue project. So I had approached the Wildwood crew and decided, talked with them, and basically because we've always, uh, the Wildwood crew and UINI Research have always worked very well together, and we believe in each other's missions. I mean, obviously it's my home away from home. Um,
Yes, it is.
Zach, Brooke, Lori, Aaron, all of them. Uh, they're essentially my second family. Um, so it was like we hadn't really done any major projects together, and that's kind of weird considering that we've been doing things like going to Wildwood since 2018, and we're so close. And then it's like we hadn't done anything really like uh, any true project collaborations. I mean, we've had like restoration related stuff where we did events and to help with the restoration of, like, for instance, the roof and such. But we never actually did a full on project together. Um, and so I figured, now's the time. Like uh, Zach, I know he wanted to do a vodcast, and I've been debating for years whether I was going to do it.
I
Uh,
remember talking to you about that.
yeah. And it finally, you know, after talking with Zach and Brooke, um, I gave the proposal to them on what I thought a vodcast would look like. Zach and Brooke, they gave their input towards it, and we finally rolled it out in the second half of October, and that was just the vodcast alone. Um, and for those who don't who aren't familiar with who aren't familiar with the vodcast, we go live for right now. We again we're looking to expand, but for right now we go live from uh, we go live for about 2 hours straight. Um, give or take. Usually we go over a little bit. Um, Zach and I, we have a topic that we present. We ask some questions. We give some of our opinions about the topic, and then uh, after a half hour, the next 45 minutes or so, we bring on anywhere from 3 to 4 callers, or if people do call in, we open the lines for people to call in, either tell their paranormal story, ask us questions, or chime in on the topic itself, if they have any stories or if they have any feedback towards it. During this time, also we have another camera um, up in the seance room. So we typically are broadcasting. I try to be down there, but I can't always because for budget reasons. Um, but uh, Zach, if we're both not there, Zach is at Wildwood Sanitarium broadcasting live from there, and we have a camera up in the seance room. We have a spirit box and equipment going, and every so often we'll switch over to that camera and ask for their feedback on the topic that we're talking about. And so you get actual live responses um, uh, throughout the first hour and 15 minutes or so. Um,
I
and
remember something similar happened the first time I was there, and we were doing like a live video with Jenny in Ireland.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We were getting responses from both places through the questions from the other.
Yes. This one we were looking at it's almost like we're trying to include the spirits in there, that it's not just us running around a place, but they get to essentially be almost a guest or a co-host. So that's kind of how we pitched it to the spirits at Wildwood. Um, and then the last 45 minutes of the show, uh, we do investigation, we do experiments, um, and people can. We have the chat up on the screen. If people ask questions or have ideas, they can post it, and we even offer for them to call in for about 5 or 10 minutes during the investigation research portion of it if they want to interact directly. Um, so that's the main layout. Also, I we made a fun thing so people could send in their evidence to us. We'll put their evidence on. We'll display it during the episodes. But we've also decided to have some good laughs. So we have people make memes of us. So we'll post some of the dumbest pictures of us and have them turn us into memes, and then we display those memes throughout the episodes.
So yeah, I wonder where you got that idea from.
All the memes that I've done over the years. I One of the thoughts was because, like, Katie, for instance, Katie always had these dumb photos. So I actually went and I think I've shown you these pictures before. I've posted them online. Katie makes a dumb face, and then I draw a mustache and a beard on her, and I post it. Um,
Remember that one.
uh, I got some people got me back too. So some people got me back too, and I was just like, I talked to Zach, and I was like, we, we constantly have this fun thing where we just mark up our own pictures and do these silly things. Why not have people just send us dumb memes, preferably paranormal memes? So, but heck, we had during the first episode, cheese balls became a huge thing. Somebody mentioned in the comment section about cheese balls, so we brought up a small pack of cheese balls during the investigation. Zach offered cheese balls to Dr. Perry and Dr. Henderson, um, and so that became a
They
thing.
probably don't even know what that is. I don't think those things were invented at that time.
Oh, well, they know. They definitely know now. What you call it? Zach dumped it on and that's the thing. The entire chat just lit up. some I forgot. I think it was her name was Alyssa. She mentioned the cheese balls, and then everybody was like, cheese balls, cheese balls, and I was like, so Zach was in the middle of doing the investigation. I just told Alyssa, I was like, you know what, take a package of cheese balls and bring it up to him. Let's see where this goes. And so, of course, there were people who sent us memes naturally of Zach being a cheese ball, like his head turned into a cheese ball. They did one with me where my head looked like the moon, or my head was basically a cheese ball, and there were cheese balls going all raining around me. It was great. So we had those times where uh, there was kind of a theme where Zach was turning into things. So the next one of the episodes, he turned into a package of cheese, or a container of cheese balls. Um, an episode after that, because we were talking about time travel, he was a baby. He actually had his son Rupert in front of the camera, and we were pretending that Rupert was actually Zach. Uh, so yeah, um,
Did he hold him up like the Lion King?
without you seeing him, there was a point where you kind of saw him like appear in camera, and that was an error. But uh, basically, it was just Rupert in front of the camera and Zach voicing, what Rupert would be saying, but it was supposed to be Zach. Um, so, um, and we've done a bunch of things. You never know what's really going to happen on the episodes, and we're continuing to expand. We've got other things that we have not introduced into the ParaClue podcast. It's not in its final form, so to speak. We're working on improving different current aspects of it before we implement the rest of the stuff that we want to do with it. Um, but that's the vodcast alone. And anybody who wants to call in, like I said, they can call in. You know, I, as long as you're 18 or older, I mean, we don't want, obviously, it's a mature topic. We don't want children calling in. We don't want parents going nuts on us, like, oh, why do you have a kid on the show? Um, uh, but um,
Yeah, that can be a little tricky sometimes.
yeah. Um, and we've had a lot of fun. We actually have a bunch of followers now who religiously watch the show every Tuesday. Um, and they're some of them have called in, they're in the comments section, they're sending us emails of different memes. We've had people send in their evidence, um, and it's just meant to be a super interactive show.
I'm looking at your channel now.
Hmm.
Yeah, well over 100 subscribers, so that's pretty good for being as new as it is.
Yeah, we had 55 subscribers before we launched. We hadn't even launched a video yet, and we were giving people hints as to what was coming, but we didn't want to tell people what the vodcast was going to be. Um, but the channel is also expanding now. It used to be just called ParaClue. Now it's called the ParaClue channel. Um, and basically, we are going to be offering additional content. We haven't announced what the content is yet, uh, but I can tell you that as of right now, we have three different types of series that are in the works. Some pre-recorded, and some that will be live. Um, and
So,
it's not going to be just Zach and I.
is this going to be one of those situations where you're going to make an announcement about an announcement announcing this thing? Where you have like five.
Um, I've got to continue to expand on that. So yeah, of course, there's got to be an announcement about an announcement about an announcement.
I know. I remember you and I going back and forth so many times on just that and some other things. I can't even remember what they were, but I just remember it was like, holy cow, did we just do that?
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. I like to have fun with have fun with some of the posts and stuff like that. And but it also helps get people's attention. Like, wait, he's announcing an announcement. What the heck is this all about? It's just like, well, you have to wait for the actual announcement because I've announced that announcement. So wait for the announcement.
I remember calling you out on that one the first time I seen you make one of those posts. I was like, "What the hell are you doing, John?"
I think you've religiously found every single one of the, like, you were on those posts in a heartbeat, because I think you literally commented under every single post that I've done that.
I probably did at the time. Now it's like I am so against Facebook now. It's like, hey, did you see this post? Actually, with Adrian here. Um, no, not Adrian. Nick was bringing something up about a post that was made, and Adrian had seen it, but I hadn't because I tried to minimize my time on Facebook because it's just gotten so bad these days.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
with ParaClue, when it started out, was the intent to stay strictly on topics of Wildwood, or did you always plan on it being about other things than Wildwood?
it's basically being broadcasted at Wildwood, but it's not about Wildwood. It's always been about, we're gonna go down different paths, and the whole, and it goes within the title itself, ParaClue. We're looking for paranormal clues, clues to understanding how, uh, clues to understanding different paranormal topics. So, um, that's basically, like, we've done episodes already on, some of them were episodes of in general. There's some where we're really zeroing in, um and we we've done one recently about mysteries under the ocean. So we started talking about, we talked about Atlantis. We Somebody brought up to us about the Antarctica antenna. um we, uh we've talked about the alien invasion, supposed alien invasion that's coming from that, uh, you know, that whole thing.
We
Um,
had 10 of those this year,
yeah. Well,
seems like.
there's one that's been, uh, I think it's like 3i or Atlas or something like that. I forgot exactly what it is. I'd have to look it up. But
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's that asteroid that's supposed to be flying real close to us.
yes, yes, yeah.
I
Um,
heard about that one too.
so we did an episode about UFOs, and I had a couple skits that I did, including one where Zach didn't even know what I was gonna do. Um, Well, and that was the funny part. I decided, because I was going to talk about disappearing people, like people who are disappearing from portals and reappearing somewhere else on the next episode. I figured that would be a great topic for the next episode after UFOs. So I literally did a skit at the end. I think it was at the end of it was episode 5, I think, um, where I pretended like I was hearing things. And I was at Katie's house because I was babysitting her cats. I was listening to the like, pretending like, oh, there were noises and stuff, because it was a weird episode. Wildwood was going nuts. So I was pretending like it almost something was happening over, uh, and I just basically told him. I said, you know what? And this is the end of the episode. I said, hang on, I got to see what's going on. I'll be right back. And I already had the intention I wasn't coming back. Um, so I got up. I left and he said, okay. I get up and I started playing music in the background, and it was eerie music, and you just see Zach kind of like, um, and then I go and I shut the lights off, and so that's all you see is a chair, and then there's lights all the side. Do lights? I put a sound effect in, making it sound like that there's like some teleportation or some UFO stuff going on, and there's this bright light comes in, and it was just me in the background taking a light and just like, pushing up towards the camera outside of it so you couldn't see it. And then the light disappears, the sound disappears, and Zach is just sitting there going, uh, he doesn't even know what to think at this point. And then, literally, while staying off camera, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't even, I don't even think he knew what to even do. I clicked to end, I clicked to go to the ParaClue logo. We always end it with the ParaClue logo when we're about to go, when we're ending the show. So I brought up the ParaClue logo and then ended the live. He didn't know I was going to end the live like that. He had no clue. He's just literally sitting there by himself with another camera where there's no one in the seat. It's just dark, and then the ParaClue logo comes up, and that's the end of the episode. And I literally told him, I said, the next episode, I'm still missing. I have not returned yet, so you're gonna have to start the episode.
I'm looking at the video now. Uh,
Well, I even did something at the very beginning. So there's the very beginning, and then at the very end.
well, I saw where you guys were wearing those tinfoil
Yeah.
hat things.
And then people made memes about the tinfoil hats. So naturally, people put tinfoil. Uh, you know, a recent meme that came out of Zach was Zach is having a cheese ball head with a tinfoil hat on. So that one was a good one.
Wouldn't it be something if you guys got sponsored by Cheese Balls?
Hey, you know what? Maybe if we keep on mentioning cheese balls, we might get a sponsorship from them. That would be kind of cool. I mean,
We tried it during our first season with me with the Slim Jims and Scott with the chicken nuggets.
I do remember the Slim Jim thing. I remember that was going to be like a character thing for you.
It was. That's how a lot of people identified me with because I always had one Slim Jim on the show, and Scott wasn't able to do it on every show, but every now and then he would have the chicken nuggets, and the chicken nuggets just went crazy. And it got to the point where we actually had our name on the Wendy's sign in Utah.
That's awesome. I remember you telling me about that.
It was awesome. Um, yeah, I'm looking at this thing here where you are doing the whole woo thing. And I'm like, John, I can see your shadow in this thing.
Well, the whole point is that you can actually, or that it's like I'm there and then I'm gone, because it's like I'm off camera. I'm getting it basically it was when you go into the next episode, it turns out I was abducted by extraterrestrials. Um, and that's how it ended. That and then I come back in the next episode. Um, and yeah, I had a joke to go to go along with that, because I had you heard me there was I forgot if I had music. I know I had horns, like I had trumpets playing just before I came back on camera. And yeah, I show up wearing glasses and a crown. Um, actually, I think it was a tiara, if I'm not mistaken. If
Well,
that's what.
I got the beginning of that next episode playing on my other screen here. So he's talking and your screen is up. Of course, you're not on there yet.
Yeah.
Um, so very interesting. I can okay now. Oh, you're doing a whole thing with the light again.
Yeah. I got to come back somehow
Yeah, and you kept it at Katie's house.
for that one. Oh yeah, keep it consistent.
Okay, now there's a mistake that I see already. Now you just change the. Oh, you go into the intro video. Okay.
Oh yeah, I all I wanted to do was a quick. Uh, Zach had no clue. Again, he had no clue what I was going to do. I literally just said, um, basically, I want you to basically say that I'm still missing. You don't know what happened to me. And I said, there's a very specific thing. When you say these specific words, you can stop, because then I'm going to come back. So there was only one specific phrase I needed him to say. And so he said it. And that's when the process of me coming back started. Um, but he literally had zero idea of. He just knew I was coming back. He had no clue what I was going to do, what I was going to say, when I would start the introduction again. So he was in the middle of talking, going, "Whoa, you're back!" And then I go into the intro. And I purposely did that. Like these are just, uh, we do some funny, goofy things. In a bunch of different episodes. Sometimes things happen in the middle of the episodes and such. But we have a we have a blast with it. And the thing is that this vodcast is so interactive. And so um what we're doing with the vodka what we're doing with the channel is we're trying to make it everything that we post on there some type of interactive experience. Even the pre-recorded ones, there's going to be an interactive portion with that. And you know I'm determining which pre-recorded series I'm plan on doing. I think I have the idea. I've been going between two different titles, and determining when I'm going to bring, if they're going to be both two different titles or if I'm going to bring one or the other out. Um, one of them, if I choose to go with it, is going to be a reboot, and that's all I'll say. And this is just the ParaClue channel. This doesn't count the entire project. The project is actually far larger than what people realize. Um,
When it involves you, absolutely it does because you never do anything subtle.
No, but I've been very, very, very quiet as of recent, and so I will talk about. And this is the first time your viewers are hearing this on the show for the first time because I've not released this publicly. I've only released this in the ParaClue members only page, and just so what people know of the ParaClue members page is that we have a ParaClue membership or ParaClue club membership that people can pay for. Um, we're working on doing a monthly version of it, but we also have right now we have yearly. We also had a special deal with Wildwood Sanitarium. Um,
And this is where
Basically, they have to contact me directly. We got a website that's going to be going up and we're getting up and running. Um, but uh,
what
you
about Patreon? Have you thought about doing that?
I have a Patreon page already. And I might change I might change the content to it because the Patreon stuff, it's been like, well, what do we do with this? Because um you know we weren't getting much as it was with Patreon. So but I've been debating it. It's been a thought, um as possibly a an avenue. um but I know a lot of people, they don't like to go to Patreon, and so that's been a challenge, is that you know uh they just want to, like, Patreon, from what I've been told, has inconvenienced some people. Like, they don't want to continuously go and log into this site and then go in and log into YouTube and go in and log in here, and it's just like, okay, I see that.
You don't have to log in every time. You can fix it to where you stay logged in even when you close out the screen.
Oh yeah, well, I there's people that don't want to do that though. Like, if they stay logged in, somebody else could hack them and stuff like that. So it's the people who are concerned about the security aspect of it.
You know,
They
my dad has that fear.
Yeah, and I get it. I understand it because I mean, from doing security, I completely get it. Um, but so basically, the what the memberships are, for right now, the main membership that we told people about is that when they get it, um, and this is an agreement with Wildwood Sanitarium too. They get $50 off every overnight investigation, weekday, specifically weekday overnight investigation, Monday through Thursday. So any of those that they book, they automatically get $50 off from it for the final price. 25% off of anything in the Wildwood store. Uh, they get 50% off of all UINI Research events. Doesn't matter if it's at Wildwood. Any event that we're doing, 50% off. Um, they also get 50% off for their guest, as well. They also get one free event for themselves. So one free event for the year, for UINI Research specific event, and 50% off of UINI Research courses, as well as getting background information ParaClue Club members only Facebook page where we have specific information that's not made public, or at least not yet. There's some things where it may just be for them, and then we'll release it publicly later. Uh, but that has since expanded. Um, and so this is the first time the public is going to hear about this. So there's a few things that we're starting up that are going to be in 2026. One of them is called the ParaClue Challenge, and basically it's going to be something unique for Wildwood Sanitarium and any location that becomes a part of the ParaClue family, which is something again that's part of the expansion. Is we have other locations that are interested in becoming a part of the ParaClue family, and so there'll be benefits and such for everyone that gets involved. So there's a ParaClue challenge. We haven't revealed exactly what that is yet. There's also a thing called Your Packet, um, which is a unique paranormal research packet that will be put together for ParaClue members. Um, we have paranormal, what you call it? No, wait a minute. We have another thing, the Year Paranormal Research book, which is the book that I published. I put on Amazon. Anybody can reach out to me if they want that book. For the If you're a ParaClue Club member, and you get author price plus shipping. So instead of paying, I think it was like about $17 for the book, you would pay uh, $5.25. Um, and I would get it to you. It would take up to about 3 weeks because Amazon, they have to produce it and all that. The other thing too.
Yeah, that's right. I actually forgot about that. I remember when you released it.
Yeah. Well, now we're offering the author price, but again, that's for ParaClue Club members. There's the Paranormal Lab, so we're creating Paranormal Lab kits, as well as a bigger initiative. But I have not talked about the bigger initiative. I'm keeping that under wraps right now. But we're creating a Project Apparition Hall Paranormal Lab kit. That's the first kit. And basically, anybody who comes to Wildwood Sanitarium that's a ParaClue Club member will have access to that kit when it releases to be able to do Project Apparition Hall at Wildwood Sanitarium. They won't need any additional stuff. We will provide exactly what they need in order to be able to perform the experiment. Um, and it'll come with instructions, all that type of stuff. And then on top of that, we're doing ParaClue batteries. It's not actually batteries made by us. It's basically what we're doing is we're providing uh, at Wildwood Sanitarium, again, ParaClue Club members for this. Uh, because you and I both know, you spend hundreds of dollars, or even some people thousands, on batteries per year to operate our equipment. Um,
Yes.
and so what happens with this is that with the batteries, any ParaClue Club member that shows up to Wildwood Sanitarium once this service launches, um, will get 4 AAAs, 4 AA's, and a 9-volt battery free as soon as when they get there. There will also be a package of batteries available in case something happens, and those will be a kind of a pantry type thing, just in case this happens, like your batteries drain or something bad happened where your batteries aren't working. Okay, you could go
That
into this
happens a lot.
container. Yeah, you can go into this container and take out the batteries that you need, not to take all of them, that you need. And we're going to start off providing about anywhere from $200 to $300 worth of batteries on site, um, when the people arrive. So this is what we're doing. On top of that, some of these funds are also going towards the restoration project. So we're focusing on the working with Wildwood. They just made a purchase through ParaClue. As a result of ParaClue, they have a purchase that they just made that's gonna for and I can't say yet because they have not talked about it. I'm waiting for them to release the information. There's an additional thing that they need supply wise for it, and then On top of that, there's additional funds for what's happening, another piece of restoration. So ParaClue is already doing its thing. It's pushing things forward. Um, and that's part of the ParaClue project is solving the paranormal, but also helping researchers and locations be able to operate. So, like,
And
one of the
making
questions.
repairs.
What's that?
And making repairs.
Yeah, you got the repairs because let's face it, these haunted locations, it's important. These haunted locations are important to paranormal investigators and researchers. Because before it was, well, we have to wait to get a call for a case, or we go to a cemetery or something. Um, Now we have these locations that are available to us where people can reserve and go in and actually do all this. Firstly, most importantly, legally. Um, and be able to collect data at all these different locations. So if we don't have these locations available, if they start falling apart, if they can't keep them up, that's a huge problem because for every location we lose, um, that's a huge loss of opportunity, research opportunity for everybody. And um,
Agreed.
and Wildwood Sanitarium too, another thing that they're doing, this is outside of the ParaClue thing, they've got a pantry. They just upgraded their pantry. Um, Salamanca is an area that let's be clear, it suffers. It suffers economically, and
Well, Salamanca is a very small town.
it's actually a city. Believe it or not, it is a city. Try to explain that. Try to figure that one out. Like I saw a city of Salamanca, I'm like, okay, sure. Um, but there places are closing all around them. Like my favorite place that had the wings, you probably remember me with my with the chicken wings. Um,
You, yeah, we actually walked over to that little station there at the end of the corner and got a whole bunch of stuff. I remember that one there.
yeah, well, they got rid of it. Um,
What?
yeah, it's
The building?
that. Well, they didn't get rid of the building. They got rid of so the business went out of business. Somebody else bought it, and so it's nowhere near as good as it was. The 24-hour gas station that we used to go to, that is closed now. Um, Rite Aid, that was further down, a few minutes away, gone. Um, and
Wow.
so the public has been suffering as a result of this. So what Zach and Brooke did is they have this pantry that's outside of Wildwood Sanitarium, and it's basically take the necessities, take if you need something, some food or snacks or something. uh, People could show up, go into the pantry, and take stuff out. So they have this they upgraded it. It used to be a smaller pantry, now it's larger. Um, so again, Wildwood Sanitarium, Brooke, Zach, and Lori, they continuously are giving back to the community. So it's another form of Wildwood being that place of healing. Um, so, you know, this is why it made sense for UINI Research to team up with Wildwood Sanitarium, is because, we understand about giving back to the community. We want to do that, and we need to also keep Wildwood Sanitarium going. We also want to keep help with other locations if when we can. So ParaClue is we called it in the background the ParaClue project. Um, and we have four other locations we're talking to. Um, Two of them in New York, one of them in Pennsylvania, and one in Ohio. Um, and we're in the process of potentially bringing them on board of ParaClue family, essentially, and all of us cross promoting, working together, and um, and then we're looking at like for me, because like okay, Brooke and Zach, their location. They're focused on the restoration of a location. UINI Research is focused on the research. So my focus ends up looking at how can I assist paranormal researchers and they're looking at, well, how can we how can we assist on the restoration project, which helps the paranormal researchers. It goes both ways. So we talk, we meet, we discuss about this stuff. So that's where the whole battery thing came up, where I'm like, batteries, it's something so simple, but people are paying all this money um for to do research. They have to pay for the location, they have to pay for gas, they have to pay for the batteries, they have to pay to replace equipment. There's all this funding that goes into this, and if you don't have it, I mean, good luck doing it. So from my standpoint, knowing that I've spent over the years, I'm going to say I've spent well over six figures doing paranormal research for 23 years. um how can we alleviate some of these costs?
Well, I can tell you right now, especially if you're doing this whole thing about batteries, you could probably try to see if you can get a sponsorship through a battery company.
That's a possibility. We also There's also somebody else that I'm going to be talking to. We're going to it's not confirmed yet. I'm going to talk to somebody that I know about building something, and that's all I'm going to say is building something. Um, and I've seen what this person has built before for themselves, and I'm like, this is incredible, and this would be a huge, huge deal.
Would I
So
know this person?
yes, you would know him.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
And if it's who I'm thinking of, he's done some pretty good work.
yes. I haven't gone into discussion with him yet. I'm aware of what he has made before. I've seen it. I've also used it. And immediately my mind during this, when I was doing the battery thing, was like, we need this at Wildwood Sanitarium. We need us like one as kind of like this backup to help paranormal researchers and such. And whether this is going to be just for ParaClub members, I'm not sure yet. The batteries, that is definitely for ParaClub members only, and the reason being is batteries are expensive. So if we have everybody coming through and taking batteries, they're going to be gone in a few weeks. So
Yeah.
the the ParaClue Club members, that's an exclusive for anybody that's under the ParaClue Club. Um,
Especially if people are not storing batteries correctly.
yeah, and we're getting a case. We are getting a battery case where the batteries are put in, they're stored properly. There's going to be no danger, or like we're keeping it away from the dangerous environment. It's so like having batteries mixed together where they're connecting and constantly could possibly start a fire, stuff like that. So we're getting a really nice battery case to put the batteries in. But this is our way of giving back, because with the Club membership, the funds are going towards so many different things. It's going towards restoration. It's going towards our vodcast. It's going towards creating or working on research projects and stuff. But we are making sure that with this stuff that is being created, we're giving back in every single thing that we're doing. So the ParaClue vodcast, bringing people together. It's an open environment. The different series that we're working on, again, it's something that we're going to bring people into. It's not going to be just people watching us and going, oh, that was a good episode. uh, there's going to be an interactive portion that they could choose to be involved with or not. Then there's the restoration portion of it, being able to go on site. And trust me when I say the ParaClue challenge, that's going to be a fun one. We're creating some things that when you go around Wildwood Sanitarium, every time you come back, well, maybe not every time, but like, because we may keep a challenge going for like 3 months, 4 months, something like that. You
Mhm.
come for the challenge; it's an additional thing that you can do. Um, so let's say it's every 3 months. Every 3 months, when you come back to Wildwood Sanitarium, uh, and you choose to have the challenge going, um, that's going to be different. So you get a different experience aside from the different activity you might get. You get a different experience every time you're returning, and any location that we're going to be working with to do this will have those experiences as well. Wildwood Sanitarium, of course, is primary right now, where the that's we're working closely with them, and um, uh, how it works there. We're working on things there, and then bringing it out further to other locations. And like I said, I've got four other locations we're in talks with, and hopefully we get. We're looking to. We already know that two are extremely interested. They've pretty much given thumbs up. We just haven't gone with a launch yet. We haven't determined exactly the final specifics of it, but that's going to be towards the beginning of 2026 when we bring out the two other locations.
Is it all within like the New York area?
No, so one's in Pennsylvania, one's in Ohio, possibly a second one in Ohio. We haven't discussed that yet. Um, uh, the other ones, the other two are currently they're in New York. One's in middle is in the middle of New York, um, and then another one is about an hour away from me. So literally, you can almost do almost not a straight line, but you could do a straight line from my area and go across all the way to Wildwood Sanitarium. You'd hit three different locations. One of the locations is a less known location. It's not it. Our team is actually the first to ever investigate it. It's gorgeous. It is such a beautiful location. The owners are so nice, but they haven't opened it up to paranormal investigating yet. It's not a restoration project, um, but it is a really nice location. I spent the night, and it was just so amazing. The other location, again, I have not personally been to it, but I'm friends with the owner, and I've seen what they've posted, um, and we do see eye to eye on a lot of things. So when I came to him and I was just like, listen, you're doing something similar to Wildwood Sanitarium. I think we should talk about this. And we were like, oh yeah, thumbs up on both ends. Um, but I do plan on traveling to that location to see it for myself, um, and then finalize everything, and then we're going to have a announcement come out about these locations. So, likelihood the two New York locations will be the next ones to come out.
Okay. Well, if you ever decide to try to expand out even further, I'd like to get you in touch with somebody here in Indiana for that.
We're open to it. Like if we can,
Because
if
I
we
know for you, it's an all day travel to get to where I'm talking about because you've been there before.
yeah, well, you know, right now for us we're in our we're of course trying to in our proving stage. We want to show the benefits of the ParaClue project. So, and I think when people start to see what's happening at Wildwood Sanitarium, um, uh, they're gonna go, oh, okay, I get it now. And yeah, it's already been we've already been doing some good stuff there, um, and I'm already excited. I me. I it's like I want to announce things. I wanted to come out, but I'm like,
No, but what you're going to do is you're going to announce that you're going to make an announcement about the announcement.
well, this one's gonna be different. This one's gonna be more of announcing that Wildwood is going to be making an announcement. um, I'm not gonna make the announcement. Wildwood Sanitarium is gonna be the ones that do it, and then afterwards,
You're going to announce that somebody else is announcing something.
oh yeah, I've got to follow the trend here.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna tell once they've made their announcement, then I'll follow up with the with my side of it as well. Um, but yeah, I saw what they purchased. Um, it's really nice. It's definitely going to help with the restoration, so I'm really excited about that. Excited for them to announce it. They just need one more thing in order to be able to officially put it into place. Um, Now I can say that there is a change because there was a deal that I was putting out there for Wildwood Sanitarium, and part of the goal was to fix the roof or replace the roof or put the new roof on. Excuse me, put the new roof on for Wildwood Sanitarium
You
for the
needed
garage.
wanted to do that for a long time.
Well, for the garage. I'm sorry, the garage roof
Oh,
because
okay.
um, but something else something else came up and that needed immediate look. We needed to immediately look at.
Okay.
Um, so part of the ParaClue funding is going to go towards the restoration of this other project. Um, because there was an issue that thankfully was caught, um, and we found that took precedence. The garage, the foundation of the garage isn't going anywhere. Um, we need the focus needs to obviously needed to be on specific areas inside Wildwood Sanitarium that could have an impact on people investigating. Um, so Brooke and Zach noticed something that needed fixing, and so we're zeroing in on that.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes stuff like that happens.
And it's a restoration project. I mean, the good thing is that they noticed it, um, and we're like, yeah, you know what, this needs to be fixed, and that they're fixing it, and
Mhm.
it's to be expected. Things are going to happen. It's an old building.
Yes, it is. And I remember I think we talked about that garage, and I think we were both under the impression that that garage might not be there much longer because of the condition it was in.
So they actually got the collapsed roof gone. So that's completely taken off. The foundation appears to be okay. They cleaned out the inside of the garage. So there's two rooms in there. I didn't realize it was two rooms. It's actually two rooms. Um, and they plan on putting another roof on it so people will have an additional place to investigate if they want to. So the garage isn't going anywhere, just the roof.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at an overhead picture. The roof is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I I miss Wildwood so much. It's been at least 2 years since I've been there.
They've done a lot of work besides the pantry. They got the Wildwood sign back up. They've been doing the gardening stuff, well, during the summer, at least in spring. They
When you say the Wildwood sign, are you talking about the overhead arch that was over the walkway?
mhm, yep, yeah, they have that. They actually have it so that it's standing up, not leaning against the roof, so it's actually standing up now. They got the roof is done. The roof for Wildwood Sanitarium is done. Uh,
Okay.
the first floor, they added a chalk area where people could sign, um, for additional signature areas. They also repainted the a room when you first walk in. They repainted the doors. They replaced the entire ceiling, um, of the first room when you walk in.
Yeah, I had seen a picture, I think, where all those tiles were gone.
Yep, and now there's new really nice tiles that are up. Um, and they also replaced the ceiling tiles in the first floor bathroom.
Uh,
Except for one tile. There's one tile that they gotta replace. They ran out of the tiles, but they're it, it looks great. The the one room where we used to call it the tarp room is now the library. They put a bunch of books in there. It's you can really investigate. The roof, the ceiling is all fixed. Um,
do
they're
they
work.
still have that dinosaur there? The one that I obsess over?
I think it's still there. I haven't. I don't recall it being removed. I think it's still there.
Okay. Yeah,
Um,
no, I am crazy over that thing.
yeah. Uh, so That's some of the things that they've been working on, including the stuff that I haven't mentioned. Um, but Wildwood has definitely come a long way. They also worked on. I don't know if they. I think they were. I think they may have replaced the basement heater. I know they. I think so. I might be wrong on that, but long story short, Wildwood has come a long way, and the stuff that we haven't even announced yet. Um, that well, I should say that Wildwood hasn't announced yet through the ParaClue stuff. It's just continuing to get better, and then on top of that, adding to the experience of going to Wildwood Sanitarium. One of the things that we were looking at when we were doing the ParaClue challenges, I noticed that when we do things with the spirits there, they like to change things up. They love it when people try new things.
Mhm.
Um, so people don't. People got a real.
Except
People
for one.
what?
Except for one,
Yeah.
which
Well,
is my experiment.
with with the with yeah, a lot of people got to realize with spirits and such, um, if you got locations and people are showing up and saying, "Oh, can you push this ball? Can you make this light up? Can you make this light up?" And they're getting that so many like every time people come in there, it's the same thing over and over again. Who's going to really want to do that? Like I know personally, I would get tired of it. So who's to say that they're not?
Different from going to work and doing the same damn thing.
Yeah, but they have a choice on this one. They don't have to sit there and light up your piece of equipment. Um,
True.
when we've done Project Apparition Hall, we've actually had them talking about it, like oh green laser. Like we've had things that came over that you wouldn't normally hear, and you could hear the excitement come out of them. So that's when we thought about like, well, Paraclue challenge. What if we do some different things that when people come in, they can try different experiments that are not, um, try different things. Yes, there'll be experiments. There's other additional stuff to that gets the spirits to even be more interactive in things that haven't been done yet. And we keep on changing it up. So it changes up and we see if it changes too, the activity. Will the activity increase as a result of those who go and do the Paraclue challenges?
Mhm.
Um, can we see a difference in the activity? That would be interesting. We don't know yet. But from the different tests and experiments we've noticed that when we switch things up, they get excited about it. And so I feel like if we could bring some of that excitement to them, and then for the paranormal researchers, it's another way of giving some ideas of try this. Like here's some things that we could try, and then having other paranormal researchers thinking outside the box and going beyond what's being provided. Um, will continuously change the experience when you return to Wildwood Sanitarium, because let's face it, people should not go to a location once and then that's it. I mean, unless it's a bad location. Um, but
Yeah, there are some out there like that.
yeah, go back, enjoy it, and go back to the locations, create a rapport with the spirits, um, try new experiments, try these things. Don't just go there once and it's done. Um, you never know what you're going to find on your. There's so many different twists and turns that we have found from going to Wildwood Sanitarium the millions of times we went.
Mhm.
So we visit locations over and over again.
I do know that there is one experiment that I would like to do there at Wildwood, but it would have to be in a specific room,
Yeah,
and it would need to be something that Zach and Brooke would be willing to do.
yeah, it's something that obviously would have to be discussed on whatever it is with them. So
Yeah, yeah, because it's something that I have done once before,
mhm,
and I didn't get any result from it. But in the process of tearing down, the manager at the time of this location said that he caught something within that experiment after I was done.
interesting.
Yeah, even though I didn't get anything on my end, he got one on his.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but it's something that's been done. No, you and I have done it at Greenwood, the fog machine.
Well, that's part of Project Apparition Hall now.
Green, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot you and I did that at Greenville.
Yeah,
Green,
where we set off all the fire alarms.
yes, yeah, yeah. We did not see that one coming. We should have.
Yeah,
But no, I really want to get back to Wildwood sometimes. But this past year has been brutal on me personally, and time wise. Maybe sometime next year in 26, I'll be able to get out there. I really do want to get back to that building.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully we can get definitely catch up soon.
Yeah, because I miss our little shenanigans.
Same, same.
John, we are at an hour already, and holy cow, that was a lot of information you've given us.
Still more to come.
Oh, I'm sure there's always going to be more to come. Um, Real quick, I do want to ask you before we go. Um, is there any update on the documentaries that you were working on? Because I know that you were doing Path to Communication, and then all of a sudden, I seen the Apparition Hall.
Hmm.
Are those two still in the works?
The path to communication as of right now is canceled. Um, and Project Apparition Hall, we released the pilot episode. It's on Paraflix. Um, However, due to lack of funding, there's nothing more that we can do with it right now. We're literally stuck. So the series as of right now, um, at least those series are all on pause.
Okay. No. And that's the unfortunate thing when you get into something like this. That happens way more than other people realize.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, okay, so on this show, I have started doing something new for all of my guests. It's something that I stole from another podcast that I really enjoy. Um, but I think it's something that's really vital for everyone, no matter what industry they're in or where they're at in their life. But I think it's something that's really vital for people.
Hmm.
So, John, at this moment in time, what are three things you are grateful for?
Hmm.
As you sit
Well,
right now in this chair, what are three things you're grateful for?
um, well, uh, one of them was, grateful this year, for there were two kittens. Um, Actually, well, there was three. One got adopted immediately. We were in the right place at the right time, where we were at a haunted location, and these kittens were dumped on the side of a road, and we just the group that we were all with so happened to be at the right place at the right time. Um, we were able to save them. I took care of two of them before they found their forever home. So I'm grateful that I was got to be a part of that. Um, uh, Still grateful for you know my parents have always backed me. We've gotten closer since my brother Jeremy's passing. Um, so being able to see them every week. I know not everybody has their parents, and I can't imagine going through that. So I'm thankful for my parents and even my grandmother that I still have an opportunity to get a phone call or a text message from them. Um, and
It's amazing.
uh, uh, the third one, it's going to sound odd, but I've had so many different miracles. I've been praying a lot, and I've been getting many different miracles and such that have been happening. So shout out to Spirit World, shout out to God on that, because there were so many things that have happened that it's just like I could have fallen, face first so many times. I could have fallen flat, and somehow at the last minute something happens where I'm just like, how did this happen now? Like, this is just amazing. So, you know, I'm grateful for all that stuff that's happening. I mean, there's too much to list on that, but um,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah.
people can be grateful for a million different things, but I just want you to focus on three things right now.
Oh, those were my three: the rescue, my parents, and the miracles that have happened.
That is really awesome. That's really awesome. Well, John, thank you so much. It's good getting caught up again. What little we're able to right now, but we definitely will later on.
Well, hang on. There's one thing I forgot to do. I have to do this every single time.
Oh no,
Uh, well, I can tell you've been busy because the beard is just getting amazing.
I knew it. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm satisfied. I'm grateful for your beard. There's number four.
Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't see that one, Kevin. Uh, yeah, this is actually. It was me testing myself how long I can tolerate this. I have been growing this since March.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, remember when I cut all my hair off?
Yeah, you cut the
I,
hair. You cut the beard.
I cut the hair off, I cut the beard off, and I decided, you know what? I'm just going to let them go. See how long I can tolerate it, and I'm actually kind of liking this, especially now with as cold as it is. It's keeping my face from getting cold.
Hey, yeah, you got a benefit right there.
Big benefit. All right, John. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. You have been one of the more regular guests
I
on here.
appreciate it.
I try to get you on here at least every season. I think I might have missed one season, but I'll have to go back through the archives. But I'll definitely get you back on here again, maybe before this season is out. The season's still young. And then maybe one day I'll get Zach on here and yeah, shoot the shit with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me on again.
yeah, and Adrian, thank you for playing along with us. Um, as of right now, no show next week, but that can always change because I never know what I'm going to do day to day, really. So, all right, John, thank you so much. A pleasure to have you on here. For everybody out there, and you too, John, be safe out there. It is very, very cold. It's 4 degrees here. So I can imagine it's probably close to the same for you.
Ours has been ranging about 20 to 30s, sometimes 40s.
Oh, you gotten lucky. It's been 4 degrees here today and yesterday. Yeah, it's been really cold.
In New York, we have it seems like we have two different versions of winter. There's our version in our area, and then there's this the western version of winter where they get 2 feet of snow and we get 6 inches.
Yeah,
So
you're telling me about that. Salamanca got 2 feet of snow.
yeah, they got approximately 2 feet of snow within the past week or so, and then we just got our first actual storm, and I think we got about 6 inches or something.
Wow. Even that's a lot of snow.
Hey, the west can keep 2 feet.
I can understand that. I'm just glad we didn't get that 2 feet. That would have shut us down here.
Oh yeah,
So, all right, John, thank you so much for being on. And for everybody out there, be safe out there, stay warm, and we will see you guys next time. Have a good night and have a good weekend.